Hey yo, MC3GTV here. Today we're gonna talk about Raw. This is my Raw review. I know it's a little bit later in the week. I do apologize for that. Monday was a little bit crazy. We just had a lot going on with my dad's birthday, and then of course, our first sponsored stream with Dadly Gamer. For sure, go check out Dadly Gamer if you haven't already. Love that guy. He's awesome. But we're here to talk about Raw. This was a pretty dang good episode of Monday Night Raw, if I do say so myself. I know some people have their opinions on it, but I really liked it. Um, Starting with the match, finally, finally, I've been asking for this. If you guys know, I mentioned it a couple times in the past few weeks. I really wanted them to change this up for a while now and start the show with a match instead of just promo all the time. And starting with Jay was a really good idea in my opinion. Um, I think that gives them an excellent opportunity to get the crowd hyped, and of course they're showcasing Jay's skills as a singles competitor ahead of Mania. I think Waller was probably the perfect person for that. Sorry, I keep looking at my notes here. I handwrite my notes as I'm watching. I'm old school like that. Um, like I was saying, I think Waller was the perfect choice because he can give Jay a really good looking match, take the loss, and be fine. I like Grayson Waller a lot. I think he's got a lot to do still. Like I think he's got a big future with within wrestling as a whole, not just WWE. I think he could go anywhere. Gunther continuing this punishment of Jay is something that I'm so happy about. Like he told him it was going to be 10 weeks of hell, and he's owning up to it. He's being true to it. Um, I think a lot of times that kind of falls off, but I think Gunther has done a really good job of making sure he's keeping the pressure on Jay, and they're not overdoing it to where you feel like Jay is gonna make this comeback that could have never been done. It's not like he's getting like his ribs broken or something like that every week. Gunther is actually just doing stuff like putting him to sleep and attacking him and stuff, catching him off guard. I will say that this first little bit of Raw did feel a little bit rushed to me. Maybe it's just me. And also, as an overall note, we're subtracting points for this Raw because what the heck? Where's Penta? Where's Penta? This Raw review is powered by Glitch Energy. Today's flavor, Zombie Stomp. I'll be doing a review on this flavor very shortly. I'm a big fan. The LWO versus the New Day in this tornado tag match. I thought this was a really good match, but again, I feel like it felt a little rushed. I don't know why. Maybe maybe it was just the people themselves getting excited. It's just strange to me because the New Day aren't usually ones to mess up, but maybe they were told to kind of progress it a little quicker. I don't know. They were at Madison Square Garden, so you never know how things differentiate there. Like, it's the Garden. I mean, I don't know though. It did still feel like a good show. I'm really disappointed, and I feel like the whole crowd, like everyone that was there, was extremely deflated when we didn't get the tables. And I'm irritated about it because Ethan Page got tables. And no, I'm not trying to knock Ethan Page. Good dude. I think he's a pretty good wrestler. I think he's proving why he should have been given more opportunity. That being said, why did they get tables for NXT? I mean, I guess it's Roadblock. I get it, but still, that's just a show. It's just a Tuesday. It wasn't a PLE or anything. That Monday Night Raw at Madison Square Garden deserved to have tables, especially when you've got LWO and New Day. But I guess I understand. They're all getting older, unfortunately. Every one of them. I think Dragon Lee is probably the only one of them that's not like 40 now almost. I want to say Xavier Woods might not be 40, but I know he's getting older for sure. He's been around for a long time, and people don't realize how long. That dude's been wrestling forever. Now, this whole thing with Chad Gable, they're trying to do an Elias situation where he's like, "No, that wasn't me, bro." Which it's funny. I do like it. I think it's hilarious, but just admit that it's you, bro. We all know. I mean, just the way you say gracias when you like, everyone knows that's you, dude. I think this win though for the New Day is a good thing. I think the closer that they get to having an actual heel tag team championship run is the better. They need to be in and around the championship picture. I'm sorry, they're the New Day. If you have them on the card, why are you not? I don't think you should have them on a program where they're not in the tag team championship like shuffle if they're gonna be in the tag team. It doesn't make sense to me to not have them in there. Um, Unfortunately for the War Raiders, I think New Day is about to get them championships very soon. Very, very soon. Cody and John face to face next week is going to feel very special, I think. This is going to be an atmosphere that we haven't seen in a very long time, and it's going to be in Brussels. They're going to be overseas, and everyone knows those overseas crowds are crazy. I'm excited for this. Like, the division of the crowd, even when Cody was coming out to do his promo, the division of the crowd to be like locked in that Cena sucks and let's go Cena chant, like, it's so cool to see, like, because it's the opposite of what it was when I was a kid, or younger at least. I wasn't really a kid, I guess. I still say kid for like 20, but thinking back to like 2011-ish, when there's these crowds that there's some of them, let's go Cena, and then the Cena sucks. That crowd is finally, we're back to that polarizing dynamic. But John is not the good guy now. He's the bad guy. And it makes that dynamic so much, it feels so much different and new and fresh. And I'm here for it. And John Cena hasn't had to say a word since he did what he did at Elimination Chamber. And he's been more relevant to professional wrestling than anyone else on the planet. That's insane. He has had more power than anyone else wrestling. And he's not even got in the ring or touched a microphone. He dropped the mic at the press conference and walked out. With that, he has had more power than anyone else wrestling. I don't care what anyone says, you can't take. He can move the entire industry right now with whatever he says next. People will be listening to what he says in Brussels. I promise you. I don't understand this hate on Cody Rhodes' promos. Why are you hating on the man's promos? They're not bad. I get people say that they might be like recycled or similar. You have to understand, some people can't watch SmackDown. So giving a similar promo that's not exactly cut and paste, that's not the worst thing in the world. And think how many times he has to do this across the planet. I'm just saying, the live crowds and stuff, they see a lot more of things like this. We're those of us know we're realists. We understand. He's got to get the message to everybody. But it's not bad promos. He's been doing really solid work. I personally have enjoyed them a lot. His promo at SmackDown, the saying, you know what, John, you want some, come get some. That's a great shout. And then him immediately calling out Cena when he comes on to do the promo and say like, nah, he's not here tonight. He couldn't have started it a better way, because then you immediately get those people that are like, oh, what a freaking jerk not being here on Monday. I love that. I think that gives a lot more weight to CM Punk's promos. The fact that Cena hasn't been around, it makes it all, the tension is so much higher. It's crazy. And I love Cody calling it X. Like, so many people are mad at him for that. I'm not saying Twitter, but I call it X. That's what his name is. I understand there's people that love calling it Twitter, but I never got on it when it was Twitter. I have not. It wasn't until it was X that I ever even downloaded the app and got on it. The wrestling is real shirt. This is like, and then the I hate Logan Paul shirt. Whoever is in their marketing team at WWE, they're hitting solid hundreds. Like, you can't get much better than that. I want the wrestling is real shirt so bad. And it's a Travis Scott item. Like, who would have thought Travis Scott has his own freaking WWE merchandise and it's actually the greatest, like, wrestling is real. Like, oh my god, dude. You know, when they put that together, they all knew. Every one of them knew. Like, this shirt is about to sell more than anything Roman Reigns has ever sold. I don't know, maybe not, but still. Can you imagine at WrestleMania if you see just nothing but a sea of wrestling is real? Like, that's a thing of beauty, man. I love it. And there's so few merchandise, like powerhouses that are like WWE. Like Marvel is one of those where if they put out some really good merch, you're gonna see it everywhere. But WWE is one of those that like, these shirts are across the planet. You just love to see it. I'm telling you right now, Dominic Mysterio is the future of WWE. This guy, he everything he does, he makes it so smooth and crispy. Like he's obviously been doing it since he was 5. But like anything that Rey Mysterio ever did and made look good, Dominic is doing it as this bad guy character. Like, he's just so good at it. I think that Raquel should probably win the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I know, hear me out. I really enjoy her as a wrestler. I think she's got great skill. But I feel like it creates such a good dynamic for a Razor and Diesel feud between Raquel and Liv. You could go off of that for so long. I mean, they've already been compared to Razor and Diesel. I just think that having that program for the summertime could do gangbusters, really. I fully think that we're going to come back to this thing with Chad, and it's going to reveal that Chad paid somebody. Like, just his, like, disgust with the New York security. I think he paid one of those security guards. Oh, guys, I'm telling you right now, EO Sky is the best. Tell me one wrestler that makes you feel that kind of way. Like, oh my goodness. So many emotions: happiness, sadness, anger. Like, oh, it's so good. And I have to point out during this promo, Bianca was not wrong when she's calling out Rhea Ripley. And she said that last week she knew that it was on herself, that it was her fault, but now she's turning her insecurities and trying to say that it's Bianca's fault and blaming everybody else. She's not wrong. Rhea is 100% projecting, and it's her fault. She needs to own up to it. I'm sorry, girl. Also, Bianca might win at WrestleMania. I'm just saying. Because I think she had a WrestleMania that she went in and walked out with the championship, but I don't recall a time where she won the championship at. I'm probably wrong on that. That's probably where she won it originally, and then she held it for like the full year. I don't know. I'll have to look back on that. Don't call me out in the comments section yet, please. I'm gonna look into it. Um, but yeah, Bianca wasn't wrong. They're probably gonna do the triple threat match. I know some people don't want it, but I really don't mind it. Give it to me. It's gonna be so good. Like, why not? Why would you not want the three best women's wrestlers on the planet in a triple threat? Like, I think that match would easily be better than Charlotte, Becky, Ronda. I'm just saying. Like, Io, Rhea, and Bianca literally, they wouldn't even have to try. They they are just that level of skill higher. I'm sorry. Not I can't even say I'm sorry. Ronda, Becky, and Charlotte, they're all good, I guess, but they're not at the same level as what we're seeing Bianca and um, Rhea and Io. This is just, it's totally different. You can feel free to argue that one with me in the comment section because they're totally different levels. Like, I know that that one was a main event, but if there was ever a match that could also be a WrestleMania main event just as the same, it would be that one. Sorry, trying as he's coming to see what I was doing. He heard me in here. Um, I don't like my children talking on the camera a lot so much. We'll get there. But they've got to learn some things still. Oh, and I'm telling you, like I said, I gotta bring this back up. The week that they've taken off here between Kaiser and Penta, nah, not for me. I'm telling you. This, whatever it is, shouldn't even be happening in the first place, in my opinion. And then you're gonna go a whole week without having it, and then the next match that they have is a stipulation match. It just doesn't. I don't understand where it all comes from. I don't feel like they're telling enough of that story on TV. Maybe they are behind the scenes somewhere and I'm just missing it. I'm not invested anymore. I've lost it. It's gonna be a good match. I'll give it that no matter what. It's gonna be a good match. It's Penta and Kaiser. They know what they're doing. They've been wrestling each other. They know each other pretty well. My concern is that it's gonna be a flat crowd for that one because nobody's. I personally am not invested anymore, and others might feel the same. Also, Dakota versus Io or versus Ivy. Why? They're just they're booking some matches that I find highly questionable. Just maybe if it was booked on this show for tonight, um, the show that I just watched. But it's like they moved some things for MSG, and that really hurt things for me. Um, Not the worst thing in the world. I just think it's like you're saying wait on this story because we're gonna tell this story, but we're I don't know. For me, I'm really big on my attention. Like I can't hardly keep it. Um, and for them to miss a week on any storyline that they really want me to care about, it hurts. Which I know I get. Not everyone has time to be fit onto every card, and things have to be shuffled, and it's MSG. You gotta have something really special like the cage match, and I get it. Now I will say, before closing it, I will give my very very quick thought on the cage match. I personally am a fan of cage matches that don't just go wildly brutal. I understand the beauty of the story that was trying to be told, or that the story that is told in these cage matches. You don't have to be all blood and guts. I personally did not see the ending coming. I thought we wouldn't see Roman again until after Mania. Personally, I figured maybe his leukemia came stirred up something. I don't know. I don't know how all that works. I'm not for sure. I just figured maybe he needed the time off. He deserves it. He's been around for a while. Give him a break. Them not hitting his music was the smartest decision they've ever made. Because I was shocked, literally shocked, to see, oh my God, Roman just helped him win. But it wasn't for Seth, it was for him because he wants Punk. And this story is going to be, by and large, I think from a fan standpoint and everyone that's been along for this ride, the most important story of WrestleMania. Like Cena and Cody, big deal, no doubt about that. But compared to this, that feels last minute. When you think about CM Punk versus Roman Reigns, that really feels like something that they tried to put together to combat this story. And I think CM Punk versus Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman's soul, not Cody's, is I think that's the story of our generation. I mean, I don't know if you'll ever get the time and energy and effort into a story that we all have as fans have invested in it. Not even just what they put in as writers and people on the show putting into it, but as the fans, we ourselves. But the story in CM Punk, we've put our so much care and heart into CM Punk and Roman Reigns, and seeing from where he started and booing him and all this, and I still don't like the guy. I won't lie. it took a long time for me to really warm up to CM Punk. I used to really hate him, but that was his job, was to make me hate him, because the straight edge society Punk, 2009, 2010 ish, like all that, just the best heel work, like so easily a jerk. And I think him going into the stuff with Paul Heyman around 2012, 2011, 2012, that was a shift in wrestling as a whole, the sport, the profession. And you see kind of the same thing all these years later when Paul Heyman aligned himself with Roman Reigns. You knew this was going to be what changes everything. And it just, it feels so good to know that something that we care about so much is going to be treated the way that it will be. They're gonna give it a main event. I'm telling you right now, night one or night two, one or the other. It'll probably be night one, more than likely. But that match gets the main event. I'm telling you, there's no way. There's no way that they would even think. Okay, Jey Uso might get the main event over that, but I seriously doubt it. I seriously doubt Jey Uso gets versus Gunther in that main event of night one over CM Punk versus Roman Reigns at night one. Like I said, it's transcendent. It's beyond the belts. We all know what CM Punk went through. Um, Leaving without his WrestleMania main event. Paul Heyman owes him that. I think we can all agree Paul Heyman owes him that main event for night one this year. Well, this is going to be it for today's Raw review. I want to say thank you all. I love you all. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And stay tuned because Raw's right around the corner again. Alright, well, you guys have a wonderful day. I will see you all very soon. Thank you.